Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. I think we can drop these for a moment. So, second video of the day, which is really going to be my first. I know it's messed up to explain it that way, but that's how I recorded them. So, and it's kind of bright, so I'm probably going to put these back on. So maybe we'll dance them back on and off a little bit. Why am I recording a second video on a Monday? Well, things are happening, and it's going to be a pretty eventful next 48 hours. Now, I know that Bitcoin went down again on Sunday. They're driving it down. They're driving all the crypto down because there's going to be a lot of news that's coming out in the next 48 hours. And I heard Economic Ninja talking about this morning. And there was a story from Axios, which sounded like pure propaganda to me. Maybe not a great word to use on YouTube, but I'm going to say it out. I'll put it out there. That's fine. They were spin doctoring. I'll say it that way. They were spin doctoring the story a lot. Apparently, the resident, the alleged man in charge, is going to have a speech tomorrow talking about inflation. Imagine that. Now, why would he want to come out on a Tuesday, talk about inflation, and give out yet another speech? Not that anyone's paying attention to anything this guy says, but he's going to give out a speech. And the reason he's going to give out a speech is because of what's happening Wednesday. So he's going to talk about inflation. There's a story that I'm going to link in the description box that Ninja was talking about as well, and he basically said that they're trying to put out a message that they can control inflation, that it's not going to be so bad. They're expecting inflation not going to be as high as it was last month, which was 8.5% officially, even though it was probably double that according to real numbers on shadowstats.com. But the number's going to come out. The CPI index comes out Wednesday. That's why this is coming out in the time frame that it is, and I wanted to get this out before all this happened. So we're going to see the alleged man in charge come out and give us a story tomorrow at some point. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know who's going to watch it, but there's going to be a story that comes out that basically says, hey, we got this under control, don't worry about inflation, yada, yada, yada. I'm not buying a word of it. But that's the story they're going to put out because they want to get ahead of the CPI number that comes out on Wednesday. This tells me that 8.5% that they're saying and that they're estimating is going to be lower than that, probably going to be higher. And these numbers that they're going to put out, the CPI index that they're putting out, I think it is now for April. So they were in May, so we're in the middle. It's time. We're in the middle of May, but we're going to put out a message about what the April numbers are. March was 8.5, I believe, and it didn't really reflect a lot of what was really going on. But now, you can keep in mind, they can manipulate this. So again, it's going to be, I tie a lot of things together because it all ties to crypto, ties to the economy, ties to real estate. And I talked about real estate. And later today at 6 p.m. on my normal time slot, you're going to see a message come out of the Cantillon effect, which is the Anglified way to say is the Cantillon effect. So this is a 17th or 18th century English-French economist who was basically saying he who gets the money first in an economy as new money comes in gets to benefit the most. And the person who touches it last gets hurt the most. So that's basically what's going on. That's what's happening in real estate. I'm talking about more about that later, but everybody, it seemed, was talking about it yesterday. I saw several stories on Instagram. I saw the Uneducated Economist, another good channel. He was talking about that effect. It's a big deal. It's a big story, and that's basically saying that the banks are getting free money from the printing press, and companies like that, like companies that are in charge, the powers that be, BlackRocks, Vanguards, are buying up real estate because they need to get rid of their cash. They need to put it into something. So they're afraid to put it into crypto right now because crypto is being driven down, and I bet that they know that. So rather than putting money into crypto right now, they're saying, let's suck it all out. Let's try and get all the paper hands that we can, get out of crypto, force people to sell. In the meantime, we're just going to gobble up real estate because we can control that market. And we have all the algorithms. We can make all the offers. We buy up all these properties. And it doesn't matter if they're buying them at list price plus 10%, 10 grand, whatever you want to call it, overpaying for real estate, because in 3 months from now, that won't matter, because if you buy a house for $300,000 today, that house is probably going to be worth $350 in 3 months. Or at least that's what they're thinking, because of supply, demand, what the dollar will actually purchase in the future. That's the game that they're playing. So tying that to the CPI for tomorrow, Wednesday. So I'm just trying to put all these pieces together. So bear with me. So Wednesday, the CPI comes out. A big component of the CPI is 24% is real estate. And the way that they factor in real estate is that they do a phone poll. They ask people, say, what would you rent your house for today? Say, okay, thanks, and hang up. It's not even somebody that's in a rental market. It's not somebody it's probably the homeowner, but it's completely, it's subjective. It is not a real number. And that is such a big factor because last time it was like 0.5% increase, which no one believes is the real rent increases that are going on in the world right now. The rents are going up 20 to 30% a month, a year. Bikers. Anyway, 20 to 30% a month. I did it again. 20 to 30% a year. What are you watching bikers and then just meander? It's just very funny. Anyway, real estate is going up. The prices are being driven up. I don't know if they're actually going to reflect that in the marketplace. We'll see. But the number is going to be, that's a very malleable number. It's a very manipulatable number. I think that's a word, but we'll go with it. That they're just going to go out and just to say, you know what, the real estate market it's not as hot as they allegedly say, which is not true. So they're going to put that out there. And they're going to just go out there and then just say, you know what, real estate, that's how they're going to manipulate part of the CPI. That's what I'm trying to say. A quarter of the CPI is residential rental real estate. And if they can manipulate that number, guess what they're going to do? They're going to manipulate that number. So, but it's still going to be high. I'm predicting that CPI is probably going to be over 8.5%, could be pushing 9%, maybe even higher. It's on Wednesday. Otherwise, why would they be putting out statements on a Tuesday to get ahead of what the messages coming out on Wednesday? So I'm putting out a second message today on Monday to get ahead of what all this news is coming and prepare you. Now, what's going to happen in the markets? I think the markets they're going to stagnate until Wednesday when the interest comes out and the CPI comes out, and odds are that the prices will go back up at that point. I think they're running out of runway to hold these prices down because, again, every factor is screaming prices are going to go up for cryptocurrencies and precious metals. They're doing whatever they can to manipulate it for now, and they're trying. It's only going to work for so long. They've been holding it down. We are basically at the lowest price for Bitcoin for 2022 right now. It doesn't make any sense. Not based on every metric I've seen, from the hash rate to the demand to what Luna is doing to what everything is doing. The price is going down is not reflective of the volume. There's not a lot of sellers. They're just pushing the price down artificially. So let's see how it plays out. I just want to get this video out there because CPI is coming out Wednesday. This inflation message is going to come out from Tuesday from the powers that be. Let's see how it all plays out. It's going to be interesting. So again, what are your thoughts? Share them down below. Check me out again at 6 o'clock for the Cantillon effect, and we will talk more. But until then, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, say follow leader one more time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.